Alright, so here's game two after sideboard. I've brought in a couple of things. One of my favorite things right now to bring in slow matchups is Underworld Connections. Really cool card. Draws you, just gives you tons of card advantage. And I believe I cast it in this game if I'm not mistaken. So we'll watch and see what happens. Steven being on the play makes a huge difference. So if you're playing this deck and you're playing against zombies when you win the dice roll, it helps you out a lot. But you're okay either way. You can win whether you're on the play or not. It gives you. It's really hard for zombies to win when control is on the play. Surprising how good this deck is when it goes first.
Yeah. Like just being on the play opens up the ability to feeling of dread without ever really taking any damage. Um, but really, when you're in control, like playing a control deck, you gotta realize that you got to calculate out your life, like see how much you can afford to lose. Doing a feeling of dread when only one crawler is coming across is really worthless. Um, so you just gotta realize you gotta. There's a lot more to control than just like mindlessly countering everything or stopping everything. You got to think everything through. Here, the reason why I Azur's Charmed Lawless Troll, like I went past blockers, waited because I had a feeling he was going to discard a creature, um, because he wants to get the damage in as quick as possible. So I waited until he discarded a creature, then I Azur's Charmed his troll on top of his library. The reason why you want to do the troll, even if it was just a 2-1, is because it does not have haste. That Dreg Mangler would not have bought me any time if I just charmed it. The troll is a smarter move. You would take less damage over time, and it just feels way better.
Yeah, lesson learned as a zombie player. That was the first time that I've really been in that position and just really didn't think it through. I should just let that troll get in for two, and I did not need to be greedy and put the counter on it because basically I just gave him priority again before damage. So if you're in that position, just get your troll in there. Don't worry about your counter. Do it. You can do it second main phase. It's better to get the 2 points in than to get that one extra point or risk that one extra point and have it sent to the top of your library. Resto Angel, awesome in this deck. It comes in like as a blocker. It bounces your Augur. It bounces your Borderland Ranger. It does all kinds of stuff to give you added value with your guys. There's also Armada Worm in this deck, but you're just seeing the power of just a flash guy that flies with a gigantic butt. And you like my guys aren't going to do anything here, so all I get to do is regen and recast, and that's not that impressive. So Resto Angel is definitely a four of, and it's definitely a card that wins you a lot of games and gains you a lot of advantage.
Exactly. Like, I just enjoy playing Restoration Angel because she does so much. Borderland Ranger, critical here. As a control player, you have to hit your land drops. Borderland essentially guarantees that you hit them, and that's the other reason for going green is just because Borderland Ranger and Armada Worm are two of the most powerful things you can be doing to guarantee your victory. Like when we looked at American Control with red, it was a little bit less impressive. I mean, like Nimazet is an incredible card. I love Nimazet, but the advantages over green, we both agree we did not see it. And here you get to see that not only is Borderland Ranger fetching me my land for card advantage, he's also a good blocker, which is excellent.
And I just cast Underworld Connections on my Cavern there, and you're going to get to see that in action. The card is awesome. I'm in a really, really bad spot here, though. When you're not attacking with zombies into your opponent, I mean, the things I'm waiting on are like, hey, if I can get a Blood Artist, that'll be pretty good. He's drawn Entreat, and once your opponent entreats against you, you're basically dead. The game is essentially over unless you can do just a ton of damage with a bunch of sacrifices and Blood Artist or something like that. But you're not getting through anymore. The guys are gigantic, and it puts you on like a 1 to 2 turn clock. So I've really got to win fast now, and I'm paying the life, drawing some extra cards, trying to find something that'll really do some damage quick, but I'm not having a lot of luck. So
And as the control player, I do not want my opponent to have Underworld Connections. That's like a big no-no for control, because the fact that you win your games is because you out attrition your opponent. If he also start drawing cards and is also presenting more threats, like say for instance your opponent also drew a land when he needed a creature, and also now he drew a dead card, but because of Underworld Connections, he can draw past that dead card into a possible live card, a good card that's going to get him out of a possible tight spot. I don't want that to happen. So Underworld Connections, you either counter it as when you see it cast, or you have to deal with it after it enters the battlefield. Like it's nothing that you want to see live through anything.
Yeah, it's a big no-no.
Big no-no.
Yeah, that card's really good, and it's cool because your life is a resource, regardless of which side of the table you're on. As a zombies player, I'm not worried about being attacked in the early game. Obviously, at this point, it's getting riskier. I know he's playing Angels soon, and so I'm paying that life to try to find some answers quick and try to get something done while before my chances are over. He's got a potential entreat, and that's what he's going to do. So now he's attacking me for 6, presenting lethal. There's not much I can do here, but I need like a big bonfire. I need something crazy to happen. So I'm just trying to draw into that card. No miracle. I need a Dreadbore. I need something to happen here. Even Dreadbore is not going to win me this game. I need like double Blood Artist basically. I'm in just a world of hurt. So yeah, and the Underworld Connections is great. It doesn't get me there this game, but in the games that we have tested, most games where you play Underworld Connections as a zombie player, if you don't win, your opponent wins on like 1 life. I mean, it's that kind of an advantage for you.
So yeah, like as you can see now, I pretty much got everything locked up. If he somehow got out of it, I would feel very confident in finding a terminus, clear the board, and restart gaining advantage again. The Underworld Connections would be not so big of a hit for Sean. He would again be drawing cards and getting there. But as you can see now, like it's pretty much not happening. I got 14 coming across right now, and he's at 7. Yeah, I pretty much got it.
Yep. So we'll check out game 3 and see what happens there. I don't even know what I'm doing here, but I guarantee you it doesn't win me the game. So I'm gonna scavenge. My troll's really big. I'll pitch a guy, and this is one thing. If you ever get in a spot where you're really in a jam and you don't know what to do, just attack. So see if it's desperation time. There's not much I could do. I need to do 11, and if your opponent blocks properly, they're gonna win. But it's worth a shot. You just tap your guys, turn them sideways, see if maybe they don't block your Bloodthrone Vampire for some reason. Maybe they forget that it has the sack ability. Don't just scoop. It's always worth attempting something, and even if you're bluffing a spell that will make them think, oh man, he's got Brimstone Volley, I better not block. Something stupid. I don't know. Always check and see if your opponent will give you a game. It happens from time to time.